What if I told you that addiction of yours, that thing that's the first thing that comes to mind when I say the word addiction, that thing that you've been trying to overcome for years now, that same thing that you've fought and lost against more times than you can count? What if I told you you can overcome it? And what if I told you you can do it in 1 minute? I promise you, this is not clickbait. This is the exact strategy I've used with dozens of my clients, and I let my reviews speak for my results. It's that very strategy that I want to share with you today. So without wasting any time, let's get straight to it. Let's start with what you've already tried. Let's start with what the general advice is for overcoming addictions. I should know because I had seen every video, every article, every Reddit post trying to overcome mine. What is the most popular advice for overcoming addictions? Throw away the drugs, lock up the alcohol, don't keep junk food at home, use site blockers to avoid the social medias and porn. How has that worked out for you so far? One day you look at yourself in the mirror and you almost can't believe how big your belly has gotten. It doesn't take you even a minute to realize who the culprit is, and you decide that you're quitting your chips. That very night, you finish the last 2 packets of chips you have at home, telling yourself, promising yourself, never again. You just have to finish what you already have at home. A day goes by, 3 days go by, a week goes by. On the 8th day, you go to the general store, to the departmental store to get some bread. Before you know it, you're on your way back with the bread and 5 packets of chips with it. Isn't this exactly what happens every time with every one of your addictions? You see, the problem is that number one, it's not realistic. You cannot hide away from all of your addictions for all of your life. You will come across another packet of chips at some point, right? And point number 2, and the more problematic one, look at what you're signaling to yourself when you're doing this. You're telling yourself that you're too weak to fight this addiction, that packet of chips is stronger than you, that you can't trust yourself. Imagine how much respect you lose for yourself just by doing this one little thing, just by telling yourself that the only way for you to overcome your addiction is to not have it in front of you, because if you so much as see it, you'll not be able to resist it, as if you have no say in the matter, as if you have no control over your own actions, as if you're a fucking slave to your urges. Why would you want to think of yourself like that? I would honestly rather relapse a couple of times than see myself that lowly. So what do? You do the opposite. Here's the 1 minute hack to take control of your worst addictions. Take that thing that you're most addicted to in the world and put it on the table in front of you. Put it in front of you. Now look at it for a good 10-15 minutes and see the thoughts arising in your mind. See your mind start to freak out initially because of the limiting beliefs you fed to it for years. You'll have those fleeting thoughts in your mind of, fuck it, let me just go ahead and eat it. Of course, I'm assuming you have a packet of chips in your hand, but eat it, smoke it, whatever, right? You'll ask yourself, when can I say this challenge is over so that I can just go ahead and indulge in it? Your mouth might start watering. You might be able to feel the taste of the chips, maybe the cigarette in your mouth, just looking at it. No, my mouth is not watering. It's dry from how much I've been speaking for so long. Relax. You might even start to get a little restless. But you will eventually calm down. Your mind will eventually quieten down. Now continue staring at it and admit to yourself, I have been ruining my life because of this. I am in the position I am in today because of this. I don't respect myself today because of this. I don't trust myself today. because of this. Ask yourself, am I willing to give up on my dreams because of this? Am I willing to never have a six-pack in my life because of these chips? Am I willing to remain poor for the rest of my life because of these video games? Ask yourself, is the enjoyment and fun I get out of indulging in this thing worth it? Is it worth me not respecting myself? Is it worth me sacrificing my goals for? There should be a voice from within that screams no. Now leave that thing there. This is very important. Don't go hiding that thing in the drawer. Don't go throwing it away. That would undo all the progress we've just made. Leave it on your table for you to be able to see all day, every day. And every time you look at it, think to yourself, you don't have power over me anymore. Really do this. And I promise you, one day you'll get to the point where you realize that that thing's still been sitting on your desk for weeks, for months, and you didn't even realize it. Face your addictions head on instead of cowering away from them, because it's your fear, it's your submission to the substance that gives it its power. Make your dreams a reality, one day at a time.